Welcome back to the deep dive. We're here to, sift through research and real world stuff to give you that shortcut to getting up to speed.
Yeah, distilling it down.
Exactly. And today, we're carrying on with our special series for you servant leaders at Agape Church. We're looking at how agile principles,
Right.
from the tech world,
Right. Very fast-paced.
are being applied pretty brilliantly, actually, to ministry through this adaptive ministry framework.
That's Pastor Florin's work from his doctoral research at Bethel University.
That's the one. And we've touched on this before. He's not just an academic. He's a certified Agile coach, a Scrum Master.
So he knows how to make this stuff work in practice, helps teams get things done, remove roadblocks.
Absolutely. Real practical expertise for how we lead and serve. So our mission today is to really unpack two super important parts of this framework.
Adaptive mindset.
Yes, and the characteristics of Agile ministry teams. And we're getting our info straight from Pastor Florin's dissertation, plus solid sources like scrum.org and kanbanzone.com.
Good stuff. Ready to dive in.
Let's do it. So things are changing fast, right? Culturally.
Yeah.
Pastor Florin noticed that the ways churches traditionally operate what he calls attractional, like drawing people in,
Get into the building, the
and
programs.
missional, sending people out into the community.
Right. Outreach focus.
Oh, sometimes they struggled, didn't always get the results expected, maybe lacked flexibility.
Yeah, you can see how trying to stick rigidly to one or the other might not always fit the moment.
Exactly. And that's where his idea comes in. The adaptational model of ministry. It's designed to be more nimble.
Flexible.
Right. So you can use both attractional and missional approaches, but strategically, tailored to the specific situation, not just following a fixed playbook.
Okay, so let's dig into that adaptive mindset then. What's really compelling, I think, is that it doesn't try to ignore the friction we feel, between church culture, kingdom culture, world culture.
Mm-hmm. That tension is real.
It is. And this mindset says, okay, let's operate within that tension. Don't dismiss it. Don't oversimplify it.
So how do you resolve it then?
Through explicit actions, things you actually do in specific situations. It's very grounded.
Okay.
And it works through this cycle, this loop, continual feedback.
Listening, observing.
Right. Then communal reflection, talking about it together.
Yeah.
Then specific action, trying something concrete. And finally, effective adjustment, learning and tweaking.
So it's not like, okay, we figured it out, done.
No, definitely not. It's a continuous loop, always learning, improving, adapting. It's like a learning engine built right into how you do ministry.
That's really interesting. Continual feedback, communal reflection, specific action, effective adjustment.
That's the core cycle. Keeps
Got it.
things vital, relevant.
Okay, that idea of operating in the tension, not avoiding it, that's powerful. Can you give us a more concrete example? How does a ministry team actually do that? Because it sounds a bit abstract.
Sure. Let's take
Yeah.
a worship team. Maybe they're trying to connect with younger folks, but also want to honor, longstanding traditions.
Common scenario.
Very. So instead of just picking one style or ignoring the feedback, an adaptive team would actively seek continual feedback from different age groups, different people.
Okay.
Then they'd reflect communally
Mm-hmm.
what's really connecting spiritually here, not just what music people like, but what helps them worship.
Deeper question.
Right. Then they take specific action. Maybe try a blended service, experiment with different elements. And then the crucial part, effective adjustment. Based on the response, not just attendance, but engagement, spiritual connection, they tweak it for next time.
Ah, I see. So it's that dynamic back and forth, not just deciding and sticking to it.
Exactly. It's iterative.
That makes me think of something else. Pastor Florin mentioned the apprenticeship process.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Well, think about learning a craft. An apprentice gets information, watches the master, tries it out with supervision, gets feedback, tries again.
Mm-hmm. Practice, feedback, adjust.
Exactly. It's that same loop, isn't it? Continual feedback from the master, the apprentice takes specific action, they probably reflect together on how it went, and the apprentice makes adjustments.
Huh. That's a great parallel.
It really clicked for me because it shows discipleship isn't just downloading information, it's this hands-on, learn-by-doing transformational process, constantly refining.
That's a fantastic illustration.
Right.
And that learning loop, like you said, is not just for individuals. It completely changes how teams function, which brings us right to those agile mystery team characteristics.
Okay.
So this adaptational model, it really leans on two big ideas: self-organizing systems and a coaching model of leadership.
Moving away from the top-down pyramid structure.
Exactly. In a self-organizing system, every member is a participant. They have the freedom, the expectation, really, to act and make decisions. It's not command and control.
So everyone has a stake in it.
Precisely.
Hmm.
And that, connecting it back, naturally leads to way more engagement. Because people see, okay, my input, my actions, they actually matter. They shape the outcome.
Makes sense.
And the research points to some key features of these systems. They rely a lot on relationships, networks.
People connecting with people.
Right. They get energy from information and making sense of things together, that communal reflection piece again. And their vitality comes from something called self-reference.
Self-reference. What does that mean in, like, practical church terms? Is it about the team patting itself on the back?
Huh. Not exactly. It's more about the team drawing its energy and direction from its own shared purpose and values.
Oh, okay. Internal motivation.
Yes. Instead of just relying on external instructions or, rewards, it's about their shared mission, their faith, their desire to serve. That internal compass guides them. It involves validating each other, building momentum from within, creates real ownership.
Okay, that's a huge shift. And it must totally change the leader's role, right? Because that traditional manager probably doesn't fit well here.
Not really. Command and control can actually stifle a self-organizing team. So leaders need to become coaches.
Coaches, not directors.
Exactly. The emphasis shifts from telling people what to do to enabling the team.
Enabling, what does that look like?
It means helping the team understand the why, the desired outcome, partnering with them on that goal, and then giving them the space and trust to figure out the how, and critically, the freedom to keep evaluating and adjusting as they go.
That sounds challenging for leaders. I mean, letting go of the how. What's the biggest struggle you see when leaders try to make that shift?
Oh, definitely the urge to control. It's natural, right? To want predictability, to be the one with the answers, the problem solver.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coaching means trusting the team's abilities, even embracing a bit of messiness sometimes, asking good questions instead of just giving orders, stepping back. It's hard for leaders who are used to feeling, indispensable. The goal shifts to helping others become indispensable.
I can totally see that. I've definitely fallen into the micromanaging trap myself. And yeah, it rarely works out better. Often slower, less creative.
Right. This framework really encourages letting go of that.
So, for you listening, you servant leaders at Agape, what does this mean practically? It means fighting that instinct to control every little detail. It means setting good boundaries. Pastor Florin calls them implementation parameters, right? Focusing the team on the challenge.
But trusting them with the execution.
Exactly. And really nurturing that rhythm, continual feedback, communal reflection, specific action, effective adjustment, making that the team's heartbeat.
And Pastor Florin didn't just leave it as abstract ideas. His research boiled it down into 4 really practical propositions for putting this adaptive model into action. They basically define these agile team characteristics.
Okay, let's hear them.
First, the church is an extended family, eager to adopt new family members.
Family, not just an organization.
Right. Focus on relationships, welcoming people in joyfully. Like God adopts us, the church should be actively finding and including others. It's more than just the building.
I like that. What's number 2?
Second, the church promotes self-organizing systems teams. This means people's input truly matters. It shapes what the church does.
So activating the priesthood of all believers, essentially.
You got it. Empowering everyone. Now, he's realistic. Not every single church function fits this model perfectly. You need coordination, good communication, and it takes time. Maybe 6 to 12 months for a team to really get into the groove. It's a process.
Okay, makes sense. Third,
church leaders function as coaches. We just talked about this, that shift from directing to enabling, suggesting, guiding, providing those helpful boundaries, but letting the team own the work.
enabling, not dictating. Got it.
And the last one.
Fourth, community engagement is an act of worship. This one's powerful. It reframes outreach. It's not just something extra we tack on after the Sunday service.
It is worship itself.
Exactly. The act of engaging, serving, connecting with the community that encounter is transformational, and it's an act of worship. Changes our whole motivation. Worship becomes broader than just singing or sermons. It's relational interaction between God, the church, the community.
Wow. Okay, those 4 propositions really bring it home. And you mentioned these aren't just theories. Agape is actually doing this. Absolutely. Let me share some real examples from Pastor Florin launching Agape Community Church. As a Scrum Master himself, he actually used these self-organizing principles in the church planning meetings.
So right from the start.
Yep. The launch team worked together collaboratively, refining ministry areas like worship, community engagement, discipleship, prayer, admin, all of it.
Okay, give us an example of a team structure.
Well, they established family groups. Think mid-sized teams, maybe 20 adults plus their families.
Self-organizing.
Yes. And their main focus is community outreach service, evangelism. And crucially, they're coached to see that outreach as worship, that fourth proposition in action.
So it's embedded in their purpose.
Right. And it generates real energy. There's the worship service team that plans the Sunday gatherings.
Okay.
It's intentionally diverse, skills, experience, age, gender. They get input from pastors on themes and topics, but they have the autonomy to design and run the service.
And who leads these teams? The coaches.
Exactly. They're called ministry coaches. They're servant leaders who model this stuff, guide the teams, foster that sense of worship and excellence. Enablement in practice.
That's really concrete. You can see how the structure supports the philosophy.
And it even shows up in their monthly rhythm. They weave together fellowship, corporate worship, community service, and frame all of it as worship.
How does that work?
Well, first Sunday might be a fellowship brunch within the family groups, explicitly for inviting friends and neighbors, an act of worship through hospitality.
Okay.
Second and fourth Sundays are corporate worship, but designed to feel conversational. Like the musicians might sit in the congregation, not just up front, fostering community.
Interesting.
And the third Sunday is acts of kindness, or AOK. Family groups go out, invite others, and serve the community together. Again, explicitly framed as worship, faith in action, aiming for healing and wholeness.
So the rhythm itself reinforces the whole adaptive worship-focused mindset.
Precisely. It's a cycle of being nurtured internally and engaging externally.
You know, what really strikes me here is how this moves beyond just making ministry more efficient. That's not really the point, is it?
Not the main point, no. It's deeper.
It seems aimed at, deeper spiritual transformation, building real community, making a genuine impact. It feels more organic.
Yeah.
Valuing people for who they are, not just what they produce. Growth happens. Maybe not always fast or predictable, but it's real.
That's a great way to put it. Organic growth.
Which I guess leads to a question for you, the listener, to think about.
Wow. Yeah, here's something to chew on. If ministry really can thrive like this, as an organic growth model driven by self-organizing systems, how might your own leadership style, whether that's in the church or frankly anywhere else, need to shift? How do you move towards fostering genuine enablement, maybe even joy, instead of just focusing on control or sheer effort?
Enablement and joy instead of control and effort. That really makes you rethink things, doesn't it? What leadership is truly about, what worship is truly about.
It does.
Well, that's definitely a powerful thought to mull over. We really hope this deep dive into the adaptive mindset and agile ministry teams has sparked some new ideas and practical takeaways for you.
Keep wrestling with it, exploring it.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time on The Deep Dive.